sodium hydroxide itself is a base, and the formula for sodium hydroxide is NaOH. Then we were reacting it with an acid, and the acid was hydrochloric acid, and the formula of hydrochloric acid is HCl. And from the question, it's called a neutralization reaction. Why do we call it a neutralization reaction? Because sodium hydroxide is called a base and hydrochloric acid is called an acid. So when a base reacts with an acid, it normally forms salt and water as the main products. Now, what is the name of this salt that we'll be having? The name of the salt is derived from the name of the metal in the base and the name of the, let me say, radical or anion in the acid. So in our case, we are having hydrochloric acid, and the radical or anion in the hydrochloric acid is chloride ion, and the metal in the base is sodium metal. So the name of the salt will be sodium chloride. Now, assuming it was sodium and sulfuric acid, for example, the metal in the sodium hydroxide will be sodium, and the radical in the sulfuric acid will be sulfate. So the name of the salt would be sodium sulfate. Now, in our case, the name of the salt will be sodium chloride, and the formula of sodium chloride is NaCl. And then it will form also water, and the formula of water is H2O. And the equation is balanced already. How do I know that the equation is balanced? Sodium ziko ngapi? Ni moja hapa. And sodium ziko ngapi hapa? Ni moja. Oxygen ni ngapi hapa? Ni moja. And oxygen, how many oxygens do we have? 1. And how many hydrogens do we have here? 1. And this other side? 1. So how many hydrogens do we have in total? 2. And how many hydrogens do we have here? 2. And then chloride tuko na ngapi? 1. And then chloride here? 1. And the equation is balanced. So that is how we balance the chemical equation for the reaction between sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. It forms a salt and water. And the reaction, I've said, it is called a neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. Why do we call it a neutralization reaction? Because it's a reaction that involves a base and an acid, and the reaction normally forms salt and water.